are 3 simple keys for success. And I'm going to talk about the workplace, but the workplace is composed of what? Of people, right? So if the people are energized, the workplace is going to become energized, right? I'll give you some workplace strategies later on as I discuss a little bit about my partner, Stignum, the High Sustainability Performance Institute, but nonetheless, the following are ideas for the average person in here. It's a little bit hard to speak when you have a mic in one hand and the pointer in the other hand. I want to reach out in my pocket because there's a book out there called Die Fat or Get Tough. It's by my friend Steve Siebold, who's a corporate speaker. And Die Fat or Get Tough has many brilliant ideas. And one of the basic ideas talks about is that fat people are controlled by food. They're controlled by how good food makes them feel, while fit people are controlled by their vision. By their vision. And having nothing more, nothing less than a vision board. I did something pretty exciting before coming here today. Well, I wanted to show you what is having your vision. You've all heard this before, but how many of us actually take the time to visualize the ideal level of energy, the ideal body, the ideal level of excitement you want to have as you drive your life forward? Well, here's some Adobe effect. This is my ideal body. That's me, by the way. That is not me, okay? So I'm just very much utilizing the value of visualization. What would I look like? What would I be like? And what is the continuous picture I have in my mind? You know, when you know why you do something, you can find the strength to go out and do it. When you have a deep enough why, you can find how to do it. But when your why is not clear, when you're just foggy, you know that I want to lose 10 kgs, but why? Because it's going to make me look like this. You know, the brain doesn't work in the written word. The brain works better in the pictures. I'm going to show you my why not. My why not, if I don't take control of my eating habits, if I don't get tough, if I don't get controlled by my vision, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to eat all the wrong food, and this picture just continuously, whenever I'm thinking, should I have this food or have that food, those 2 pictures go in my mind. And of course, if you're ladies, you definitely need to have your ideal figure that you're shooting for and you're aspiring to be like. And it's no rocket science. I said you've heard those ideas before, but the question is how many of us are actually going to take the time to do that? You've heard of what is called neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro-linguistic programming is how you actually program your brain to help you disassociate pleasure to certain things that you thought were causing you pleasure. And my dear friend Carol Talbot from The Matrix is in the back. You know, there are just some wonderful tools that you as an individual, if you think you're gonna have the time to learn it all by yourself, well, think again. Think again, because there is not enough time for us as individuals to actually wait for us to learn things by osmosis, and it's definitely powerful to have coaches. You think of any athlete, you think of any team, any successful teams, athletes, do they have coaches? How come we want to go live our lives without one? We want to live successful, exciting, and abundant lives, yet we don't take the time to uncover and actually have a person to help us with that. Some of the other ideas or attitude choices by my dear friend Steve, it talks about fat people expect result without change. Without change, okay? You just expect results, while fit people expect results through personal change, through personal growth. I am not an expert in this area, but I have over 20 years of experience under my belt there. You know, I've discovered that there's no way to get different results on the outside. You want to get fit, you want to get healthy, you want to improve your level of productivity without getting better on the inside, without seeking the information of experts that are going to help you get where you want to go. You know, with my little disease, the upper reflux disorder, I had to seek the guidance of, I had to seek medical guidance. I took some medicine for an extended period of time. through nutritionists, they've actually helped me identify which are the foods that were good for me, which are the foods that were bad. I used to love to drink coffees, I used to love to drink teas, and I still drink, by the way, green tea, which is pretty cool. I work for that company. I used to have, soft drinks. How many of us like to have a soft drink, a pop or something? I used to enjoy this. I mean, it's great. But what happened is this acid that has been put in my system over a repeated amount of time that has caused my system this irritation. So all I had to do is utilize some of my NLP friends and coaching and say, Ramez, soft drink, pain, soft drink, pain, soft drink, pain. And all of a sudden, I started thinking soft drink is pain, water is pleasure, water is pleasure, water is pleasure. And I just shifted the way that I condition what I actually go for, okay, so that I can achieve the health and fitness that I wanted. Some of my friends here make fun of me because I have a strong will. A lot of time when we socialize, they tell me, you want to have a cup of coffee? I say, no, I'll have my green tea. Or you want to have some chocolate? I say, no, I'll have my dried fruits. And it's funny, but these are the same ideas. We all have choices to make. So in case as an individual you think you're going to achieve success without looking deep inside of you and making that mental commitment or finding the success habits and principles that are going to help you get there, well, I tell you one thing, you have a tough road ahead of you. Fat people expect weight loss without pain, while fit people know everything has a price. Everything has a price. Imagine something without pain. The pain and pleasure, by the way, are the two forces that actually will drive human behavior. Pain and pleasure. Jim Rohn, one of my big mentors, Jim Rohn talks about there are two pains in life. The first is the pain of discipline. And discipline is a little painful when you continuously decide to do what's right for you, versus the pain of regret. The pain of regret is when you actually realize that you've made errors of judgment over a repeated period of time, and you have gotten to where you are today as a result of the errors of judgment, the lack of discipline over a period of time, and all of a sudden you have these such conditions. All of a sudden I was 10 kg overweight. All of a sudden I had less energy at home than I had at work. Married with 2 children, imagine my wife working, or I'm working to enjoy our future together, but I will actually go put more effort in my work, and I come back home, I was not able to live the life that I knew I was capable of living. And last thing is, fat people give in to cravings while fit people prepare for cravings. I love this one because this is going to creep up to us. Cravings are the temptation. Cravings, actually, Steve talks about, they are the little pop quizzes you're going to get on your way to achieving your success. It's a pop quiz. Hey, do you know what you should eat today? Or pop quiz, do you have a strategy that is going to help you sustain performance over a long period of time? Do you know that you can have power foods, like many of the various stands in here are offering nuts, like dried walnuts, or actually raw walnuts, or cashews, or pistachios. Why do you think they do that? It's called power food. Now don't go have the whole bunch, but a little palmful. That should give you enough energy and satisfy you, and get that proteins and get this extra energy to get you going, versus putting in the easy sugar that gets you high up for a little bit of time and then gets you back down again.